This is a fantastic question, and something that we need to understand first is the difference between strength training and skills training, both from a physical and programming perspective. There is a lot of overlap between the two, so it really comes down to the goal of the movement or the activity that you're doing. Is it requiring you to be efficient or inefficient? You want to be efficient when it comes to skills training, like handstands. You don't want to waste energy doing handstands. The goal of a handstand is to balance on your hands, not to get stronger. It actually requires very little strength, and it's more balance and practice and coordinating your body together. Another example is sports. Take a look at combat sports. You want to save as much energy as possible so that your opponent gets tired first, so you can capitalize that and take them down and beat them up and whatever. Whereas the goal of strength training is to be inefficient so that you can break your body down, so that your body can recover and build itself back up stronger than what it was before, making it a great supplement to skills training so that when you're doing your skills training, you can save more energy. So it's very individual based on you and the activity that you're doing. Now that we know the difference between skills training and strength training, how do we program each one? And when it comes to skill, we know that we're working on technique so that we can waste less energy. So this means we can do it more often throughout the week. Take, for example, sports with athletes. This is why they train 3 to 6 days of the week. Whereas with strength training, we're training at a high intensity and we're most likely going to get sore. So we want to train less often to let our bodies recover. So to get better at a skill or sport, you do a little bit each day throughout the week. And to get better at strength training, you work really hard and then you let your body recover. We don't get strong just from working hard and then working hard again. We get stronger from working hard and recovering. So skills are high frequency, strength training is low frequency. There's a saying in the Strong First community, strength is a skill. And this is because there's a lot of overlap between strength exercises and skills. Take, for example, a heavy deadlift. If you want to work up to something like 3 times body weight deadlift, you need to get a lot of practice time in. And you need to develop smaller skills that make up a very heavy deadlift. For example, you need to learn how to tense your body. And you need to learn how to breathe behind that tension. You need to learn how to hip hinge properly and learn the technique of the movement. And you also need to learn how to synchronize your body so that all of your muscles are working together. Contrary to popular belief, a deadlift is not a lower body exercise, it's a full body exercise. The same thing goes for planche and front lever. If you want to learn how to planche and front lever, you need to develop a certain amount of experience so you can develop tension and breathe behind that tension and learn how to synchronize your body together as one unit so it doesn't become an upper body exercise but a full body exercise, meaning everything in your midsection, including your glutes, are completely 100% contracted. So any exercise can be a strength exercise and any exercise can be a skill. The difference is how you program it and approach the movement. For example, if you want to get better at anything, you need to develop a certain amount of experience, and how you do that is by practice. Like sports, you practice a little bit each day throughout the day. So to get better at a skill, we train at a relatively low intensity with high frequency so that we could avoid soreness and overuse. Whereas the goal of strength training is to build our muscular system so that we break our bodies down and become stronger during the recovery process. So for strength training, we want to train at a relatively high intensity with a low frequency so that we can give our bodies time to recover and adapt. So when it comes to planche and front lever, my recommendation 99% of the time is to develop strength in full range of motion with exercises like planche push-ups and front lever rows or front lever pulls. This way you get the static and dynamic component of it if you include pauses in the straight arm position. If you're training those specific exercises more than 1 day a week, I would limit it to 2 and having 1 day training full range of motion, while the other day training static holds so that you build that time under tension with the specific joint angle and your full range of motion. That'll give you enough practice time and recovery to continue getting better and stronger.